Hello guys, welcome back to Red Hot TV today. Tragedy as gunmen killed 21 people in Kaduna villages. Gunmen killed 21 people on Wednesday night attacks on 4 Kaduna state villages, the police confirmed on Thursday. An unspecified number of houses were burnt by the marauders, including one belonging to a dead colonel. Police spokesman Muhammad Jalije said 3 people were injured. The attacks were followed by the killings that have been going on in the southern parts of the state. The Southern Kaduna People's Union disagreed with the police on the figure of the dead and on the number of villages attacked. A statement by its spokesman Luka Biniyat claimed that 33 villagers died and that 5 communities and not 4 were attacked. The group said on Wednesday night, 33 Atiap natives who were among hundreds of thousands of already starving indigents under a 24-hour curfew were killed in Atiap villages in Atiap Chiefdom, Zangon-Kataf local government area in southern parts of Kaduna by Fulani militia. Prior to now, they were all shot down with fierce armed military men patrolling and enforcing the 24-hour curfew. But when the gunmen struck, they were not on ground. 4 Atiap youths from Majuju and Kibori villages who went to farm under the curfew were arrested by soldiers after being thoroughly beaten and handed over to the police, who whisked them to the SCID Kaduna. They have been denied bail since 26th of June 2020. But last night, around 11 p.m., truckloads of armed Fulani militia made their way through military checkpoints under the curfew and stormed Apiashim and Kibori villages. They laid siege to Apiashim, killing, looting, and burning houses. In the wake of the cruelty, they left 6 people dead and 20 houses burnt. In nearby Kibori village, 7 persons were killed by the marauding, pampered Fulani militia. Around 12 a.m., they struck Atakmawe sleeping community and carried out another carnage, after which 12 persons were killed and 10 houses burnt. They also went to Apiaku and killed 3 people and burnt homes, including the home of late Colonel Bobai Ishaku, among others. At the same time, Magamia village was also attacked and 5 people killed and 7 houses burnt. The attackers operated between 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. on Thursday morning before they left unchallenged. The group accused Governor Nasser El-Rufai of tying up our law-abiding people under an irrational, protracted curfew, which is obviously intended to cause maximum harm to our communities. A source said the attackers of the villages operated unchallenged, having taken advantage of an all-night rain. The source said it rained all through the night in the area, and the attackers had an unchallenged operations from around 10 p.m. on Wednesday, which entered into the early hours of Thursday morning. By the time they were done, dead bodies were littered all over the streets and recovered as at about 12 p.m. on Thursday. But we are still conducting searches. They also burnt several houses. A resident of Attack Mawei, Irimiya Gandu, said no fewer than 13 persons were killed and many houses burnt down in the community. According to him, around 1 a.m., I was already asleep when I heard gunshots. I stepped out from our compound and found out that the sound was from nearby Apia Akum and Kibori villages. I rushed into my house and brought out my families, and we ran to a safer place. So far, 13 persons, mostly children and women, were killed. We are still looking for more bodies. Many houses were burnt also, he said. Another survivor in Apia Ako, Samson Alat, said an aged man, a child, and a youth were killed in the village by the bandits. They burnt the house of late Colonel Ishaku and 5 other important houses and stole from the village, he said. According to him, soldiers came on motorbikes and an armored tank, but they could not stop these wicked people. We were hiding inside our maize farm and we saw them. This was around 1 a.m. last night. We are still looking for more missing people, he said. A resident in Apiashim, Jonathan Ishaya, said 7 persons were killed during the attacks by the bandits, who also tried to raze down the village. The secretary of Atsiap Traditional Council, Mr. Stephen Akut, also told journalists that the attackers came in large numbers to strike before security operatives were mobilized to the affected communities. In neighboring Katsina State, a group of youths barricaded the ever-busy Zankara-Katsina Highway in Turare, lamenting the worsening security situation in the area and other villages in the state. The placard-carrying youths waved green leaves as they chanted war songs and warning that they might be forced to take their destiny in their hands if the state and the federal government continue to fail to rescue their areas from the bandits. One of the protesters lamented that the bandits had in one of their attacks rustled and carted away unspecified number of sheep from the affected communities. Residents of the affected villages who survived the deadly attacks have since fled to Dosima, the headquarters of Dosima local government area, for safety, he said. President Muhammadu Buhari has urged heads of security agencies to promote and implement a well-synergized security philosophies to address the security challenges facing the country. He made the call at the graduation of the National Defense College course on Thursday in Abuja. The president, who was represented by the Minister of Defense, Major General Bashir Magashi, said in spite of various challenges, the nation had remained strong and vibrant. In spite of all of this, our faith in the nation is unshaken. Our resolve and will to take the nation to greater heights are strong, he said. The president said that there was need to work together for the nation to get better. To do so, according to him, requires a fundamental philosophy of deliberative, continuous, and consolidated improvements in all aspects of our national life. He said we must continuously harness the strengths of our national diversities. We must promote Nigeria first in all our doings. We must bridge political divides and engage in political re-engineering based on equity and mutual trust. Moving forward, the armed forces and all the security agencies must promote and implement comprehensive security philosophies and measures driven by long-established principles of synergies. This should be through interagency cooperation, defense transformation and reorganization, expansion and modernization of the military to make it fit for purpose, as well as a high morale of the men and women of the services and security agencies. I call on the heads of security and defense services to make these aspirations to fully come to fruition quickly. Wow. So guys, you've heard everything that has happened in Kaduna. If you have anything to say concerning this, drop your comments in the comment section. And don't forget to please subscribe to this channel. Thank you.